Last year, I lost my phone while I was on the complete other side of the country, a full 22-hour drive away. I had no clue where I was when I woke up. There was no sign of my phone, and it changed my life forever. So, me and a couple of my friends, we took a trip down to Miami last year for about 5 days. The vibes were super high. I loved it there. We had a super sick Airbnb that we got for the week, but our very first night would be a rude awakening into the great city of Miami. As you do in Miami, we went out and hit the streets. Once it started getting a little bit darker, we started hopping from a few bars and clubs that first night. We were just having a great time. We were just chilling. We had a group of girls, and honestly, I met some really great people down there. The people of Miami, shout out you guys. But for me, at least, the fun was very short-lived. I woke up in a bush on the side of the street at about 7:30 in the morning. I woke up to a hotel manager kicking me in the side awake, and he was basically shooing me away like an animal. I had no idea where I was, no clue where my phone was. It wasn't in any of my pockets, not on the ground. So I just decided to walk around and figure my way home. Honestly, not my proudest moment. That was probably one of the worst feelings I've had in my entire life. Like, I could not believe I let myself get to that point from drinking to end up on the side of a street in a state that I've never even been in before. So I got back to the Airbnb and everybody was in disarray. We were all talking about last night, just trying to recap what even happened. And then it really hit me at that moment. I was like, oh shit, I don't have a phone, guys. And at first I thought I was absolutely doomed. Like, how was I supposed to call an Uber, see my flight ticket home? Stuff like that you don't really think about not having at any moment because we have such an easy access to those types of things. So after a little reconvening session and trying to recover from the night before, me and my buddy walked around to find a flip phone because, well, I needed some way to contact people, call the airline. Like, I couldn't just get home without knowing any of my ticket information. So we stumbled upon a Walgreens of all places, and when I got this cheap $30 flip phone from the store, I thought, dude, I'm going to look like a drug dealer walking around with this. But what that simple little phone did for me was life-changing. While all my friends were just lounging around scrolling, I couldn't even do that if I wanted to. I just kind of had to live like people did before smartphones. And it was at that moment I realized just how much people waste their life away on the little glass box we carry around. I mean, it was hours before we all even decided to go do something. We were just sitting around. And meanwhile, that entire time, I was just flipping through the weather app on my phone. Like, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't just like fill the void of time with Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. Not having any social media available to me made me feel like I was naked. I didn't know what to do with my hands, but I started thinking of ways to use this to my advantage rather than look at it negatively. Like, I wanted this trip to be positive, and I didn't want this single event to ruin the trip for me or the people that I was going with. Having no social media taught me how to live in the present. Rather than going out and staring at my phone, I was engaging in conversation, taking my surroundings in fully. Everything around me felt so much more personal. Like, I was able to feel more out of what I was seeing and hearing. I feel like social media gives us an easy escape from the world around us, but when that's taken away, I mean, you're practically forced to notice what's around you and take it in for all it's worth. All of the small details that you normally wouldn't pick up if you had music on your phone and your AirPods or you were just scrolling on Instagram while you're walking. That seriously changed my perspective going forward in life. Like, when I go out now or I travel, I try to stay off my phone as much as possible. Like, even going out to eat by myself, I allow myself to enjoy the food I'm eating without distraction. Or even going on a walk and listening to the birds and the people around me talking and just those tiny details in everyday life that you don't pick up. In my opinion, it romanticizes your life in a sense because you're able to feel everything on a deeper level without the blaring brain rot 6-7 IG reels infecting your brain every 5 minutes. I was simply able to experience the world as it's supposed to be at its rawest level possible. And then you just start to notice how antisocial everyone is, how no one can just talk to each other anymore. Everyone just wants to be buried into the depths of their phone for any little dopamine hit that they can grab. Now, one thing I will say about the flip phone real quick is that it is the completely unpatched method when it comes to meeting people. Like, I should honestly be keeping this a secret because it has a guaranteed 100% win rate. The absolute aura that you gain from even pulling out a flip phone is like nothing I've ever seen before in my entire life. I mean, when we would be out at a bar and I simply pulled it out, the amount of intrigue you can see from people around you is pretty crazy. It's like watching cavemen discover fire for the first time. Like, these people can't look away from your phone whatsoever. I mean, I was having people come up to me and just start a conversation only because I had a flip phone. They saw it as something unique and they actually wanted to engage in conversation with me. And it led to me meeting some really amazing people in Miami. And I'm not talking about this topic like it's just to pick up girls. I'm talking about it as meeting new people and converting strangers to friends and having fun in a new environment. I had a girl one time chill with me the entire night because she saw me take a call on my flip phone outside. She just came up and started talking to me, and we had a great night just talking and hanging out. I mean, learning about her life experiences, all that sort of stuff. In my opinion, the flip phone to this day is still the unpatched aura maxing method. Like, it is just unbeatable, especially when you're in a place that's not your hometown because you don't know anybody, right? So I think a lot of you guys got to take notes from this. The last lesson I want to hit on that I learned from losing my phone was the almost instant drop in stress levels that I had. My cortisol levels had basically reached zero. There was no worrying about the news, what the government will do next, who liked whose post. That was all thrown out the window. When I was there, I gained a clarity that I still really haven't been able to replicate to this day, to just be away from it all and enjoy the life that's right in front of you at this moment. I wasn't worried about anything at all, even though I just lost my most important item that everyone checks their pockets for every 5 minutes to see if it's still there. I was just going with the flow. And my friends kept asking me if I was okay or if I was mad, and I would just tell them it's an item that can be easily replaced, so I really don't have to worry. I mean, the cortisol levels just reached all-time lows when I was using the burner phone, man. It felt so good. And I'm not going to completely suggest people do that because of how much we need our phones nowadays, but there's something to be said about not having a phone that can have smartphone capabilities like social media or even simple things like a camera or email. Oh yeah, and you also learn just how much our life is controlled by our phone. Like, I couldn't do basic things like sign into my email on my flip phone because I needed my smartphone to do it, or two-factor authentication, like whatever it was. I couldn't even look at my flight tickets. When you step back and think about it, because it's very hard to do nowadays since we all have our phones on us all the time, but when you take a step back and you think about how much of our lives and our choices are dictated by a tiny glass box that we have in our pocket, it's almost dystopian when you really dig into it and you're like, man, like I can't make choices for myself because I have a phone all the time. Like, even when you try to go out to eat, you're looking at the how many stars it has, how many reviews it has, rather than just going out and seeing a place on the side of the street and trying it out because it looks interesting or it's a new spot. Like, every decision that we make in our day-to-day life is now dictated by things on our phone. Well, I guess that's all. I really just wanted to share a pretty crazy time in my life that actually ended up making my perspective on life so much better. Have a good one, guys.